Hi all, welcome to my online retail sales dashboard. So I'll be discussing regarding the implementation part on how I have done for my dashboard. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So let me go to the data set. So here I have mentioned certain things over here. This is my whole data set. So first comes the invoice number. The invoice number basically tells us regarding the purchased order number for the of the customer, which order has been placed. Now when you can see if it's cancelled, it comes to C. So C begins here, as we see here. This is given as C, then a 6-digit unique number, which would give them which customer has cancelled that product. Coming to stock code, it tells us about which code of stock is given here. Is it available? Is it not available? Is it cancelled? It's so based on that they try to give a 5-digit code. 5-digit code means basically all of these have been they have been purchased. When you're saying post and all, it comes under non-products, which will be discussed later, and all those things. So 5-digit number is ideal to say that stock has been purchased by such customer. So when you're coming to description, we can see that a number of items which have been purchased by a person, which are specifically told as, we can see it as a Christmas glass bowl. It is one of the item which has been described in this way, which means that customer is specifying that he want this item or not. Quantity is basically the number of items that are purchased based on that product. So we can see here this customer has purchased 12 quantities of glass balls. Invoice date tells us about the data type on date time procedures. So where date is 1st December 2009 and the time is given as 7:45 a.m. Coming to price, it tells us about 6.95. So it's a ideal price for that product. Based on each of the products, it's given certain prices. Now if you come to total sales, you can total sales is formulated by myself. I have just given a simple formula, D star F. So D2 star F2, which tells us about that cell, that particular cell multiplied by that particular cell, which gives me theoretically saying it is quantity which is multiplied by a price, which will give me the total sales. Customer ID, which customer has purchase that particular goods. It tells us about which type of customer it is. So here we can see that invoice number is basically based on the order number. Customer ID is based on which type of customer is it from. Is it from based on maybe countries. Now next one is so here we can see that the customer has purchased from the country of UK. 2 times the same customer has purchased same number of items for around 12 of a quantity each for cardboard and glass bowl. So this is what it is. Country cancellation tells us about the non-cancelled and cancelled. Cancelled means that item is cancelled. Non-cancelled means that item is proceeded based on that reliability of that item. Next is the category. Category is basically based on the product. Okay, so if a product is within that item, or we can say that items which have been purchased or cancelled from a area from a person is basically categorized into a product. And if you're saying a non-product, it's basically a liability, or we can say it as postages, commissions, many other accounting terms come here, which should not be in the billing system, and it creates a lot of redundancy and it creates a confusion for us to understand whether this type of firm is in a problem. So those type of liabilities or any other discrepancies have been given as non-products. So yes, same is for the next year as well. Coming to the dashboard, so here what I have done is I have created a dashboard here. Here this is the title. Here I have inputted the chart, not chart, I have inserted the illustration. From the illustration I have put the shapes here. This is one of the shape I have put here. Now this is based on the hyperlink. So I have assigned a micro here. So if I want to edit this, I'll just put an edit link which returns this much things. So if I want to see which link. So this is dashboard 9 to 10 it's given. So this dashboard, if I click that, it will go to this dashboard. Okay, so let me click no. Now if I want to click this dashboard, okay, it will go to uh, 10 to 11. So let's just see. So yes, in 10 to 11 we can see that, look, if I edit here, it comes as 10 to 11. So as you click that dashboard, you will get it as. So this is based on the hyperlink. These are the slices. So slices are something that intuitively make it more interactive and more, we can say it as attractive to the to the end user, where which item has been more and which item has been less, or we can say many other metrics to define that, which other constraints are based, which other changes are to be given based on their needs, or any other decision making will be proper when you use a slicer. So slicers are actually based on, we can say, as you have the data types, we can say the data columns. So one column will be description, one column will be cancellations. So all those we just make it into slices such that it interacts with them and it talks us in a more of a picturized manner to understand that which type of data it is, and where we stand as a business insight is being delivered uh, to the right point of view. Okay, so let me just go to the 9 to 10. Okay, so here we can see total sales. Total sales tells us about the total items which have been sold and profit gained at that time, and also net losses also it talks us about. Profit gain means basically the money that we have got. Net losses is basically based on the major cancellations or any other downfall which have been occurring. Now return rate tells us about the total items that has been returned more than that has been purchased. So example, if I'm saying, if I have purchased a bat and if I don't like that bat, I'll try to give it back. So most of the customers, if they try to do that, that will affect the credibility of that organization itself, which means that return rate is higher and certain actions have to be taken. In this case, we can see that 8.41, which is relatively a bit more higher, and certain cancellations should be rectified as well. Average unit price, we can see that most of the people buy an item of averagely around 8.5, which is not a bad amount uh, as per certain factors which decide regarding the pricings, and it means that it's a good amount of pricing for the online retail sales, as certain factors like shipping and many other items availability will also be into that metrics. Coming into the total cancellations, we can see that this describes about the total type of cancellations here. So let us see here. This means that higher the number of cancellations, lower number of cancellations it shows here, higher number of non-cancellations, which means that it's credibility that the customers actually like the products more than maybe there were more refunds than the cancellations, which might have led to this. Now if I am saying, suppose total ordered versus returned items, if here we can see total return items actually come under cancellations. So as you cancel the items, okay, it comes under returned items. And cancellation and returns is different. Cancellation means you are trying to cancel that item, and return means you are trying to return it, not might not even bring it back. So that is what. So return items will come under cancellations and ordered items will come under non-cancellations. Now going into total transactions per country, it's based on the type of sales that is happening within a country based on the population. Higher number of people from UK try to come for the online sales, which means that most of the people are liable for coming for this, as most of the people might not go for localized areas, as that may charge more than the online retail sales. And the items availability also are higher in the online retail sales than the other items, where tariffs and everything might be a cost, and many other retailers are in a many much problem in UK. So higher average price, this is basically based on a product. So average price a bit more higher. These are the items, and this might be based on certain sales, and these items might be a durable, or we can say reliable, which the customers are willing to take. So this is what is shown here. Top 10 customers by spending. We can see that most of the customers are in this category are towards the expenditure side. We can see that 7949 and 1802 are almost the retailers, because they are having more number of items which have been spending. Other are the customers which have been small retailers, or we can say the regular customers who like to go for these type of sales, maybe for their petty shops, or we can say for their own need, which they might like, or which they prefer from these shops, as they might give it in a very lower price. Coming to total sales monthly basis, we can see that higher sales come around the month of August to November, and most of them have order date of around orders are, as the orders increase, we can see a huge number of so total sales coming up. But when in the month of November to December, we can see a downfall as well. This can be due to the factors like, we can say that maybe more cancellations are higher than the refunds, or we can say this can lead to as we order a product, we might not like it, so more cancellations are there from a product. So as the new joinees come in, we can see a decline in that pricings here. When you're coming to sales, total sales, we can see that Regency candle stand 3 tier comes the highest, and this is because, maybe because of the durability, or most of the items are available within this, which where the store does not give it in a greater price, or maybe the availability is less, so it is more reliable for the customers, where they try to take down these two products. Coming to top 5 customers, products by quantity, we can see that black and white paisley flower mug, which is having the highest number of quantity which have been sold to a customer, or yes, where we can say that online sales is higher for orders and the total sales as well. Okay, now if I want to know how I got this, I have actually used it in totals here. So here we can see return rate and this thing. From this I have extracted this into this, so that we would get this. Now coming to the non-products, we can see that minus 64,952. So cancelled for non-products are basically when items are have been not settled in a good notice. So 17% of the items have not been settled, and they are under debt or many other bank charges. Maybe retailers are under a problem of that, and in UK it is evidently high. When you're seeing in non-cancellations, we can see that 83% are non-cancelled, which might have been settled from their side. So we can see here total items given away. Given away have been what to say, compensated and given it to the customers as well. Yeah, that's why it's given as given away, which means that they have incurred, they have got around 30,000 of the money, where they got it as from their them as a profit as well. Coming to total transaction for country, we can see that UK highlights the highest for the number of retailers which are under bankruptcies, or we can say under loan, or these type of sanctioned areas, where they are liable to pay in a huge amount. So higher number of customers, we can also see retailers here, certain type of classes where we need to also take care of in this manner. So yes, now let us go to 2010. So here we can see that there's an improvement in the cancellation, which means that 1% is declined from the cancellation, and there's a non-cancelled, which means that there can be a more reliability on the customers, and the huge customers reputation might have caught into attention that new customers are also coming in. Okay, and 3.32 became the return rate, which means that it's of a good value, and average unit price went to 8.25, which is little bit higher, maybe due to their inflation rates, which meant that even total sales came to a lesser value. We can also see that 3.32 as a return rate. Coming to non-products, we can see there's a little bit decline here. Return rate also became a lesser here. So in total sales also we can see there's a lesser sales in this manner. So I hope you all have liked my video. So thank you and have a nice day.